Good afternoon. Let's see, can you hear me? Let me know if you're here. There we go. Okay, I am live. It is Monday, January 25th. Is this the last Monday of January? I don't know. I think almost. Maybe next week is the last Monday of January. Somebody can let me know. Last week was the funny one on number 13 because we had some little hiccup there, but that's okay. So today, I'm hoping for no hiccups, and I hope you enjoy what you see. So, first of all, before I get started, this just came in today's mail. And do you ever look at catalogs and see Stampin' Up colors? I do. Or color combinations. That's what is always so much fun, to see exactly what's going on. And I love the Talbots because they have such pretty clothes, for one thing. And I look at this and I see Magenta Madness. I think that's our new in color, and how it goes with some of the blues. So I guess I need to switch down so you can see what I'm showing. This is the catalog that came. And I love the cover. It really makes you want to open it up and see what's inside. And it's called Color Me Happy. And that's pretty much what I like to do every day. Color me happy. I especially like this one. And to see how they put the yellows and the blues together. So I was excited when I got home today, because I was out most of the day until about an hour ago. And just to see how they put their colors together. And then in my world, I just pretty much see, I see Stampin' Up colors everywhere. So I guess we've got Granny Apple Green and some Night of Navy. Calypso, not Calypso Coral, but Coastal Cabana. So when you get catalogs in the mail, kind of look for color combinations and see some things that you think you might like. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to put that aside. Get started with what I want to show you today. And we are still in our course mini catalog that goes through the end of May, and it's celebration time. So if you're watching for the first time today, you can see what's going on. We have celebration with any $50 or $100 order. You can get something for free out of this little brochure. If you don't have one of those, let me know. And today I am going to feature Snail Mail. And this cutest little set, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, I don't need that. I really don't need to have that. But it grew on me. And of course, when I see what other people have made with the projects and with the stamps, I thought, okay, so I've got it. Excuse me. And it really is cute. And I think it's kind of timeless, because we tend to put everything in emails and texts, and we're all about making cards and sending happy mail and snail mail. Even though in Ohio, it has definitely taken a long time to get some things in the mail, I think it's finally, it's made it beyond the stuff that we dealt with for Christmas, and mail is starting to come in a more timely manner. So this is the stamp set, and it does come with a set of dies. And here is some pretty ribbon. And these cute little epoxy or resin hearts. They're not epoxy, they're little resin hearts. And the paper is just adorable. Let me show you the designer paper. Okay, where is it going to open here? Okay. And the colors are so bright and cheery for this kind of dreary weather we're in January. And we know that February is going to get better, and that's the month of love. So here we've got these cute little snails. I never really thought snails were cute until now, but now they are. And usually on one side we've got some designer images, and then on the other side you've got something that you can use all year long. And mushrooms, or toadstools, I guess, if you want to call them that. Here's a red one with all these teeny tiny little hearts. And we've got a lady snail and a male snail, a man snail. And just some bright, cheerful colors. I'm going to be using this a lot. So this is the paper. We even have hello in all languages. Hello, bonjour. Hello, I guess that's there. And the colors that we have in this suite are Basic Gray, Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, Daffodil Delight, Real Red, and Whisper White. Although Whisper White is no longer available, and we are now using Basic White. That came up after all of these things were printed. So let's get that put away and show you what I'm going to make today. Let's see, one more thing. This little bundle is only $44 to get the stamp set and the dies to go with it. And these dies we'll be able to use our little mini cut and emboss. But the whole suite of products is $69.50. And that includes the paper, the ribbon, or the twine, the little hearts, and the bundle, which is already 10% off. So you get all of that. All of that. It's so cool. Hi, Nancy. Sun is shining there, too. I was out, and yes, the sun is shining here, but we are under a weather advisory for tomorrow morning and maybe to get some ice. So let's hope that doesn't come. Okay, this is, where's my little card? This is what I'm going to make today. It's a fun fold, but it's a little diorama. So you see the inside of it. Let me show that up here a little bit better. And it's so easy to make, and it fits inside a regular envelope. Ah, it's so cute. So let me show you how to do it. You need 2 pieces of 5.5 by 4 1/4 cardstock. And basically that's 1/2 of a piece of paper, 5.5, then cut it into 4 1/4. Now I've already scored it, which I'll tell you about in a second, and ran it through with the largest stitched circle dies from the stitched shape dies. I've already done that. And it's a little bit higher at the top than at the bottom so that there's room for a sentiment or to add something down at the bottom like I did here on the sample. And then I'll show you a couple other samples that I made with this too, with that same design. So that part is already done. Now what you have to do is to score both pieces at 1/2 inch and 1 inch from both sides. And that's what's going to create the diorama. So let's get those folded and burnish with the bone folder. These are just so stinking easy to make. Oops, so fold and do that on both pieces. So what else is going on with everybody? Okay, then we'll have to get this put together so that it's a mountain and a valley fold. There we go. Okay, so the front is going to be like this. It will pop out. So you're going to fold back on the 1 inch and then up on the 1/2 inch. And we're going to do the same thing on this side, which is just your plain back. This does not have anything on it. Before I do some folding, I'm going to add a piece of the designer paper, and this is cut at 4 1/8 by 3 1/8 so that it will fit right here in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down as my back. Let's see, let's get my glue working here. There we go. And this is the Coastal Cabana plain side. So it's about 1/8 of an inch smaller than that center part. So fold back, burnish, do it a couple times on both sides. So that's going to be your back side. So these are fun to make. Kids would love to get one of these in the mail. So this is how it's going to go together, and that's what creates the diorama and also the cute little fun fold. Okay, so before I start any decorating, I'm going to take some tear and tape. This is a good adhesive for this because it's not going to come apart easily, and we'll make sure that it gets through the mail. So I'm going to not adhere it yet, just get that on there before I start to put it together. And just put that on the last tab out, or the last piece on there. Okay, so that's pretty much the adhesive that we need to put the card together. Now let's get ready to put it together and do some decorating. Okay, when I cut the circle out, I'm going to use that for the inside here to decorate. So that's going to be the basic part. And let's see, I guess I need another stamp out of here. I need hello. Oh, I want to show you something very quickly. This little stamp, okay, that says "You've Got Mail" on it. I cut the "You've Got Mail" off of there. And that way, if I don't want that to go on the image, I can just pull that off. And I didn't cut anything off of there. But if I want that to be on there, you just add it back in when you put your stamp on the block, and nobody will ever know the difference. So don't be afraid to alter your stamps if you think you want to do that. And all you need to remember with that kind of modification is get some very sharp scissors. And we used to have rubber cutting scissors when we used to have to cut all of our stamps and mount them on wood. But you don't want to undercut. You want to go straight in and cut and then keep going. So that just makes it a little bit more versatile if you don't want to say "You've Got Mail" on your image. So that works. Okay, I'm not going to use that one today. I came in here to get the hello, and put that on here. I'm just going to put hello up in the corner. And I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. You'll catch up. And let's see, I want that to kind of go up here in the corner. Perfect. And then I'm going to put a little heart up there and then color that in. Okay. Now what's going to go on here is one of the little, let's see, where is she? One of these. And what's nice, Stampin' Up! Has made it very convenient to either stamp this if you want it and color it, or on this one, I'm going to use the die cut and cut it directly out of the designer paper. So they've just made that so easy for us to do. And for that, I get to show you the little baby cut and emboss. This thing is so stinking cute. So let me move some of these things out of the way. It folds down just like the Big Boss does, the Big Cut and Emboss. And you have two gray plates. These are for the embossing folders. One is for the thick 3D embossing folders, and that's the dark gray. It's a little bit thinner. And this is for the regular thinner embossing folders. So we don't need those today, so I'll put those aside. So you only need a plate 1 and 2 plate 2s. One always goes down on there like this, and then this goes on top. There's no thin die adapter that goes with this machine like there is with the bigger machine, because anything that you put through this machine is going to be one of the thin dies. So this is going to take care of all of that. This will accommodate everything. So this is this. Then you want to always have this down. And these edges are beveled, which makes it a little bit easier to slide through. So I'm going to take this die and line it up with this little girl snail. She's so cute. I love her eyelashes. Okay, that's going to go down there like this. And I might need to turn this so I can see it a little bit better. And if you think it's going to slip, you could always put a little bit of washi tape or something there to tape it down, but that looks pretty good. And then just lay your second plate number 2 on top. And there we go. Just hold the handle. And I think it helps if these are offset a little bit at the end so that beveling goes through very easily. So there we go. Let's fold it up. It's just the perfect size for taking someplace. It will accommodate anything that is about no more than 3 1/4, a little bit beyond that, 3 3/8 in width. Oh, so cute. All right, so I'm going to add some dimensionals to that. Before I do that, let me color that little heart in. These are the Stampin' Blends. And let's just start with the bullet end and fill that in. If you've never used the Stampin' Blends, they are awesome for coloring. So this was the light one. Let's add a little bit of outline with the dark. Okay, can't really tell that too much there on that one. Okay, let's grab some dimensionals. And let's see, can never have too many dimensionals. I think it needs a little baby one too up here in the corner. And one over here. So that's going to go on the inside. And okay, let's get this off. There we go. Okay, I don't want to cover up the heart. I probably should have figured that out first. So that's going to go on the inside. That will go in there like that. Now let's do the, where is it here? Do the toadstool, and let's stamp him. Or a mushroom, I don't know, what is he? What is that going to be called? Is that going to be called a mushroom? I guess it's a mushroom. And also with the memento. And just to make sure I'm getting a good image there, I'm going to turn that over. So I will get the cut and emboss out again. And so there we go. And since this is a cling stamp, it's got a good image with the good foam under there. So I don't need to use any anything under this like we do with the photopolymer stamps. Now let's color this a little bit. And I've got some crumb cake and some, let's see, what did I pick out here? Bermuda Bay, that's one of the colors in there. And then we've got the real red. So let's start with the light. Let's put the outline in with the darker Bermuda Bay first. And when you use these, they will bleed through. So it's something that you always want to make sure that you have, you're going to mount it on something else with dimensionals, or just glue it down. So I'm just going to do an outline. Okay, I didn't have one of these ready ahead of time, so you're going to need to watch me color. I was gone all morning, so it was kind of a sad day. I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it, but a friend of mine passed away, and the funeral was today, and it was somebody I'd known for a very, very long time, so it was just family and very close friends. So fortunately, I worked on this yesterday and pretty much knew what I was going to do. And got home about an hour ago. Okay, it's always never fun to watch somebody color, but I'll make this fast. Okay, and then let's just fill in with the lighter color. And since this is kind of small, I'm just going to go in circular motion, and probably could do a little bit better on this, but you understand. Okay, and I think that's all we need with that, and then just fill in with some red and a little bit of crumb cake, and then we'll cut it out and be ready to put it together. And I'll show you the other things. I made 2 more of these that are just adorable, and then some other cards that I made with the Snailed It set. Okay, that's going to be good on that. Let's fill in with some crumb cake. I need a new crumb cake here. There, that one's better. And fill in there. Touch it up with a little bit of the dark, and we'll be good to go. All right. So let's put that back. And don't want to lose my die. I opened a set of dies yesterday, and one flew across the floor. I had no idea where it went. I just heard it drop, and I had to get out a flashlight to see. It was so small. So it was kind of crazy to think that I was losing a die. Okay, let's get this ready. Get the plates back. Thank you, Carol. It was somebody I'd known since the 8th grade, and her husband was somebody I've known since the 1st grade. We started school together, and a couple other friends. We've got a real special relationship, and it was hard because it was just hard, very hard. But those things happen in today's world. Thanks, Nancy. Virtual hugs are good. Any hug is good. Okay, so there, that. Oh, look how that turned out. Perfect, just perfect. Okay, it's about ready to put together. We're done. So let's start by adding this part in the center, and I'm just going to use liquid glue. There you can see how the heart bleeds through and how this bleeds through too. And that's what the alcohol markers do. But they are just such a joy to color with. Okay, let's make sure that I can see it here. Put it up there so it's where I'd cut the hole out. Okay, I think that's good. Perfect. That will work. Okay, now let's get the bone folder and burnish the tear and tape. Okay, could get my pick tool and pick that off. Let's try some scissors here. Sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. And then just line this up. And do the same thing here. Line this up. Now, the tear and tape is not very forgiving, so get it where you want it to go. If you were here last week, and I think you were, those that I'm seeing comments of, it was the episode of my sister calling me, And I talked to her this morning and she said, I won't call you today. I won't call you today. So there we go. And now I can add this here. And before I do that, let me get the little, where'd they go? Okay, the little epoxy, no, resin. I don't know why I want to call them resin or whatever, or they're resin. I don't know why I want to call them epoxy, what the difference is. But we've got red and white. And the cool thing about the white ones is, you can see on the sample, you can color them with the Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to take the dark one and color a couple of these. And they dry very quickly because it's alcohol. There we go. So let me pick one of the, let's put this on there first while those are drying. And I'm going to use dimensionals. So think about where you want to put this. And it's going to go on this side. So I don't want any dimensional up here at the top. So I want it close to the bottom of where I did the coloring there, and maybe one at the bottom of that. Below that, 3 should be plenty to fit on the base there. And line that up. And let's take 2 little hearts. And you want to make sure that you get the little glue dot that's under these or it won't stick. So we got that. And yes, it wants to stick where it wants to stick, not where I want to stick it. And one red one. Okay, it's a little crooked, but you get the idea. Okay, now the best part about this, it does fold flat to fit in an envelope. And then it's good to go. So let me show you. Let's see, I think I've got it handy. Let me show you the envelope that I did with this. In the set, there is this little word where you can put the word hello in or any other small word, and there's a little dot in there that just pops out. Well, for heaven's sakes, I wouldn't want to throw that away. It's the perfect polka dot. So here's the envelope that will go with this cute little card, and it will be all ready to go. Now I could add, and I probably will when I'm done here, add some Wink of Stella to these 2 little images, but it's just the cutest thing. And then there's always room on the back where you can put a sentiment if you want to write something else. So I think I'm going to be sending some of these to my grandkids, my adult grandkids. I think they'll think they're fun. So there's that, and let me show you the other things that I made. Push my stuff off to the side here. Okay, this was another one that I did with the seaside seashells that I did yesterday, and I pearlized it because I'm still into the pearlizing. Added some designer paper back here, so it's kind of monochromatic. And use the embossing folder and the die to pop out these little pieces that you can cut. Just snip those apart and then add some of the opal gems here. And I used a piece of embossing, or excuse me, designer paper here. You are unique and completely amazing. So that one was fun to make. That was the first one I did before I actually decided what I wanted to do today. This one I made a long time ago. Well, not that long, because the Dandy Garden is just in the new mini, but I made it when the Dandy Garden came out. With the dragonfly, made good things grow all year long. And so that was another favorite. Okay, here are some other cards that I made yesterday with the snail mail. And this one is, I used the new Whimsy, stitched with Whimsy, I think they're called, dies. It doesn't cut, it just gives that nice little whimsical stitch around the edge. And that little snail, I just love it. Okay, here's another one with just hello on it and the little toadstool. And I used our Stampin' blending brushes to go here and then colored those little hearts. Here's another one, a little hello with the little girl and some pink. And again, use some blending there and some of the twine. And the other thing that I made yesterday, and then I will wrap this up, is one of these boxes. These boxes are in the catalog. I forget what page. They're part of the Love You Always suite of products. And they're on page 11. And they're easy to overlook. And I will tell you that I overlooked those the first time I saw them. Oh my gosh. They're quite sturdy. They are food safe. And I've seen lots of things done with them. I only just got them the other day. So they end up being, golly, a little over 4 inches long and almost, well, a little over 2.5 inches. So that could hold quite a bit of stuff. And then this is the part that goes over it. I put some designer paper on here, and I actually sponged or brushed with our blending brush and Blushing Bride here, and put that on there with a little, these were cut out of the designer paper with the little girl and the little guy. So these are very cute, and next week I will do one of these, put it together, and feature something for Valentine's Day. And let's see what I can find to go in there for Valentine's Day. So check back then. As far as I know, next Monday at 3:30, I will be here. And thanks so much for stopping by today. Bye-bye. Have a great week. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye.